Sweet.
Yeah, so I'm sending you the link, maybe in Telegram.
Yes.
So yeah, it's pretty simple in the way that like there are four contexts we're speaking about. One context is like before, what happened before was before history. Then what is now? Then there is like heaven and hell.
Okay. And just
We usually
again,
start with
for the sake of recording, what are we doing?
This is a future backwards. It's one of the tools from the Kinethin toolbox on the complexity thinking.
Awesome.
It allows to plan ahead, seeing the opportunities and the risk, and then kind of see the whole project helicopter view.
Dope.
Cool. So what do we have now?
What do we have now? We got a hope and a dream, my friend.
Max and Jeremy.
Yep.
We have hope for a dream.
Yep. We've got Bruno, Sino, and Victor. They're down for the adventure.
Are they like part of the team, or how can I call them?
They're going to be participants.
Contributors.
So, yeah.
Okay. A few participants. You say Bruno. Who else?
Bruno is going to Victor and Sino. Bruno is actually going to be the co-pilot of the learning journey with me.
Okay. Well, then should we put Bruno as like a pilot? Like we call it like pilots. And
sweet.
Yeah, like.
Oh, okay. Max, you're so nice. Cute. I love you. Thank you.
Cool. We have like Give It Galaxy support, like Ivy, Yini, channels, some budget, etc.
Cool. We've also got Regions Unite from like a visibility perspective.
Now it's also like Common Stack is working a lot with the refi, DAO, Spring, and all of that stuff.
Yep. The ecosystem. Shout out to Marcelo. We love you. Cool. I've got yeah. So there's a question about granularity here because I've got working relationships and with so many, just the ecosystems, too many to know to name.
Like let's call it like 100 partners.
Yeah.
Right.
At least that many Telegram channels and Discords. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else comes to your mind? What we have now?
I mean, in terms of, well, I mean, we've got the tools itself. We've got the liberated structures. We've got the coordinative capacity.
There was recently an interesting report on facilitation state. Have you seen it? This one. About the different methodologies facilitators use.
Word. Yeah. I heard some nerds talking about it, but I'm too busy in my own thing.
You can see, like, for example, what certifications people have, different directions of facilitation, or liberated instruction most cited, and here like methodologies people use. You see, like the liberated instruction is the most, then open space, sprint design thinking, TOP. I learned TOP first as a first language. And yeah. Sweet. But I distracted a bit, but I just wanted to share this nice resource with you.
Dope. I'll check it out.
Okay. Why are we here? What happened before that led us to do this?
Why are we here? Why are any of us here, Max? The sunny side after nihilism. The well, there's obviously the everything crisis. Like that is the big frame, right? Like that's what we are the Idris Elba from fucking from Pacific Ring. Like today we are canceling the apocalypse, right? Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
so that's the bigger frame. And what in the narrower frame, like what has happened that has sort of led us here? Well, we did a lot of shit in the last year. We did a lot of like in-person events, virtual events. We really gathered people together and built the trust in the cultural mycelia. Right? And I think um, there's something around. I always have to Google it too. I love it. Micro Rhiza. Why is there an H in there somewhere? Anyway, there also when I think about like last year, I think the desire that we're talking about does have to do with the like there's a taste of something that we got that tastes like more, but there's also like a sense of like unrealized potential, right? Like
Mm.
like we're
Yeah, in
definitely get.
holacracy,
Mhm.
there is this idea of tension. Have you heard
Yep,
about tensions in holacracy?
yep, totally,
So like
exactly that.
tension, this,
The
yeah,
way
yeah,
things
exactly.
could be, like exactly. I think that
Mhm.
is like
The
that is the
difference.
yeah, yeah, exactly that.
Dope. Then let's try to look into heaven. What is unrealistically so great scenario we could even believe that happened? Like so fucking believably great.
So unbelievably great that we get like 100 grand in funding to do this, right? That a lot enables us to just pay everybody really well, right? That we have like like 200 that we like. What's the next stage up in Zoom's license? I think it's like a like 300 people like license, like that we cap out the participation limit for my license, right? Um,
Mhm.
that we've got so many people that want to join that we can't that we could they couldn't um, that um, that we have like what would be such a great outcome as well that like VCs want to come and like participate because they know that there's so much like talent that's going to be working out loud and that um, if you want to speculate about heaven, Max, I will take you there, my friend. Like I just want to say, like President Obama wants to do the kickoff, right? You know, just
Okay.
so, just maybe not him, but that somebody that actually has like actual pull says, "Oh, wait a minute, like I want to be involved in this thing." And of course, like we have like the put the name on the part of that number of 100 is put my name on the face of the event sponsorship, right? Somebody wants to have their name on the stadium that we are building, and they want to like say, here's the funds to green light the shit out of it. An incredible event outcome would be that sort of after the event that we have sparked off new collaborations and new partnerships, right? So from an MRV perspective, we'll want somebody to figure out how to like track that somehow. It's going to be impossible, but it would be sick. Um, that we can Maybe maybe new projects as well, like brand new projects, things that are in gestation, things that are, um, like yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there's like an
Okay.
outcry. And no, I'm not done. I'm not done, Max. Like people
Please,
want
please,
another
I'm
one.
just
People,
preparing. Please go.
gosh, yeah, I'll stay in heaven for a good long time. Like, like there's a popular outcry. People want more, right?
Mm,
Do it again.
yeah.
Encore. Do you once more?
Okay. Let's
All right.
come to hell for a bit. What is the worst situation, like so unbelievably fucked up? We couldn't
Oh
believe
yeah.
we got into it.
Of course, the fantasy worst case scenario for me is always that no one shows up, right? Like like no one participates.
Mm.
That's to me like always like the thing that makes me relive the trauma of my fifth grade, my fifth birthday, right? Fifth birthday, nobody shows up. Nobody showed up. I go riding my bike in the pouring rain because I can't deal with it, and I go like pounding
Oh
down the
my
doors of my
gosh.
friends. I know, right?
Okay.
And now you know everything. Now you get it, man. Hell. What does hell look like? Hell looks like fucking also people do show up, but like we dropped the ball. Things are super unclear and unprepared, and that people don't know where to go and what to do, and they just fucking drop out left and right, and that not only do they drop out, but the people who stay end up like getting into like turf wars, right? No, not your chain, our chain, not your thing, our thing, right?
Mm.
Um, Another worst case scenario is that yeah that in addition to that it's generally unhelpful, like that it like somehow some team and squad comes to show up for their thing, and demo their new product, and people were like so rude and disrespectful and just hated on it that it like the squad ended up like fizzling out. They just they gave up on their project because people didn't. um, I also see that as being part of heaven as well. Like if like a really bad project gets stopped, that could be a really great outcome. But you know, like if somebody realizes like, oh, this is like a bad idea. But um generally, what else would be hell? Um mm,
I also added a few things here
yeah.
about loss of relations and loss of reputation.
Oh yeah, totally.
Loss of reputation, I mean, like nobody wants to work with us after this shit or
Oh
something.
yeah,
And
exactly.
loss of relations, we uh, don't want to speak anymore.
Yeah,
Something
exactly.
after this.
Exactly. Right. I apply for the next DevCon in what is it, like fucking East Asia, and they're just like, no, Jeremy, no, you can't come. Like we saw that thing.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Well, let's return quickly to Heaven for a second. Like, there is a bunch of ideas here, but how do you think they would, like, what is the most logical way for them to line up? What comes earlier, what comes later?
Okay. What comes earlier? What comes later? Well, funding comes, I don't know. Funding comes before the event. So can you give me a midpoint of like the event or something? So
So, uh, we
yeah,
first have funding, then we have lots of people, right?
exactly. And that
Mm.
uh, exactly. And then I think VCs will sort of happen a bit parallel there, with funding and with lots of participation, right? Like
Mhm.
the vultures will come. I mean, no, I have so much money trauma, Max. I this is one of the topics I want to talk about at the Regens Unite. This is a total tangent, but I want to talk about fucking raising capital and funding and ESG and corporate social responsibility and like all of this shit because I don't trust any of them. And maybe I should. Somebody like the president who's an inspiration for our people. Yeah, no doubt. People want more. That's of course comes after the event. And then new partnerships and projects. That's the thing that we sort of see as a result after the event. Key sponsor. Somebody wants to put his name. That's actually before the funding even. Yep. That is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, makes
Yep.
sense.
That gets us to that threshold. And there's also lots of the other additional pieces about like the crowd fund and people pay for the learning journey as well that I think is out on that spectrum around key sponsors. But yeah.
Mm. Okay. Just preliminary mapping of like what could be the dates for this. Like if we say like it's April, it's May, it's June,
Yep.
and that's probably like Q3 or something.
Yep.
You get it?
Yep. That
Okay.
sounds about
So
right.
basically, this is the direction of development here.
The arrow of time.
And in order to for a key sponsors wanting to put his name on the stadium, like we need to think about like few steps that could lead to this first achievement.
Yep.
What could be this? What do we need to do to have a key sponsor?
Yeah.
Wanting to
So
his name?
I think I like it. This lines up with this tidbit I was sort of sitting on. In order to do that, we will need to work out loud and have some form of crowd fund as well, right? So we'll have to sort of like have our own pool of resources that that a sponsor sort of sees, oh, people are already like contributing because that's how abundance works. The law of attraction, man. Money goes to money. So if we have a crowd fund, if we have we'll obviously need to hustle and get the word out and sort of like push seats to like lowercase s sponsors, like to patrons to sort of pay for people to join the learning journey. There is, of course, a full learning journey that is a part of that, right? So that's probably way out on the left, closer to the immediate now. Like we will actually have to find another 8 people, I believe, to participate in the Liberating Structures learning journey that organizes this thing as well. And that will be like in both a combination. Let's just say like 4 random people who raise their hand at this point, and let's say if we can get like 4 people coming from different orgs, like if Refi DAO wants to send some people, if who's another group that might, like the Ethereum Foundation might want to send somebody.
Jeremy, I'm sorry, I need to jump like in 2 minutes. So
Okay.
I propose to wrap it up at this stage.
Yep.
I can start and pass to you.
Nope.
So first of all, yeah, thanks for working with me and playing with me in this exercise. I got pretty like my vision for the direction became more clear. I felt like you mentioned a few things that I couldn't write in, but I could use your help here if you want to add them to the points. But it seems like like our main objective should be attracting the key sponsor, like 30 to 50K it feels, something like whatever you mentioned before.
Yeah.
And after having a key sponsor, everything else should be better, I think.
Yeah.
And we haven't analyzed we haven't analyzed the risk so much, what could lead to those risks, but at least even on the level of risks, it's nice to have them visible.
Yep, for sure.
So yeah, from here on, I would just think about like there is a working group, me, you, and people like co-pilots or whatever, and we might think about some Scrum process of bringing that or some other process, but probably with some regular touch points or
yeah,
weekly calls or
definitely.
something.
Awesome. I'll export this and give a debrief to Bruno. This is already super helpful. And I'll jam with you next time. I'll put something on the calendar.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Sick, man. See you around. Oh, I don't know where this recording goes. Does this record on my machine or your machine? Anyway, see ya. We'll figure it out.
It's on your desktop, should be.
Okay. Kisses.